What is going on, guys? Panther here, your coach at the Carolina Fables, and we are bringing you our Week 1 BBR match against John Jr. and his Portland Nightshaders. So I'll start this off by saying that this is a post-com. I did live commentary this. I also recorded a team builder to play directly before this as well. OBS saved it in a weird format, so when I put it into Adobe Premiere, I had to convert it to a different type of file, and when I converted it, it corrupted both of my files. So I had to get John's side of the battle, cover up his video up top with mine, and yeah, so this battle is going to be from his team's perspective, but yeah, y'all get the gist of it. Hopefully we won't have any recording issues next week. So I was pretty happy with the team that I built and brought here this week. You can't see it yet. I brought Boots Talonflame, a Fizdef Screamtail, AV Gudra, a SD Adrenal Orb, Urshifu, a Choice Scarfed Goldingo, and let's see, I'm trying to remember the other Pokemon off the top of my head. It was a Boots Iron Bundle. So, yeah, brought a team that I was pretty happy with. I think it really gave me a good chance to perform here in this battle. But we'll get into it here. We'll get into it. So, just looking at team preview, I knew I wanted to lead with my Iron Bundle. I thought he could maybe lead off with the Landorus or possibly even the Chi-Yu. I wanted to prevent rocks, force Lando out, force the Muck in. I figured the Muck was coming, maybe some type of Spadef or Assault Vest variant to help check the Iron Bundle. That was the best answer on his team to it. Muck in particular was really scary. My team matches up really poorly against Muck. I'll say that. My team also matches up really poorly against Dragapult. My Fairy type is also Psychic type in Screamtail. So this was a rough matchup going into it because I didn't really have a lot of answers to Pult. Dark and Poison also really messed me up too because my Fairy is a Psychic type as well. So, and my Psychic is a Fairy. So, you know, those two Pokemon really put me behind the 8-ball. Chi-Yu also is a pretty big problem. But you know, this battle here is my first Wi-Fi battle in a very, very long time. My first Draft League game in probably 3 years. So yeah, let's hop into things. I choose to lead with the bundle. Let's see what John leads with here. Let me mute the video so we don't hear John. And yeah, let's go. So let's jump ahead just a little bit. Yep, there is his team. His team's actually pretty cool. He has the Banded Pult, Scarf Chi-Yu. It does end up being a more Spadef variant Muck and not AV. I did call the Rocky Helmet Slitherwing for my Urshifu, and you'll see the tech that I have for it as well in the battle. I hate the team builder didn't save, where I really broke down my team pretty well that I thought. But yeah, let's take a look and see here. I'm going to fast forward just a little bit. He decides to lead with the Dragapult, and I lead with Iron Bundle. So getting into it here, my thought was that this guy's Scarf, he's not going to be afraid of my Iron Bundle being Scarfed, and he kills me with Draco Meteor because the Iron Bundle Spadef's really poor. So I'm going to hard switch out. I think if he's going to lock himself into anything, he's going to lock himself into the Draco Meteor, so I'm going to hard switch out into Screamtail. I see that John's capture card is having some issues as well, so hopefully that's something that kind of resolves itself here in the battle. I haven't watched his side, but I've seen it cut out a couple times here. But yeah, let's see. So he withdraws first, so right then and there he knows I'm not Scarfed anymore. I think he could potentially be Scarfed here at this point. He goes out into Muck. That does show me that it is his dedicated check to my Iron Bundle, which I did assume. At this point, I still do assume that it's Assault Vest. Obviously, now later we see that it is. It's not, but I do see now. Now we're gonna see that I have a lot of problems switching into this Pokemon. I don't have anything on my team that wants to take a knockoff. My Dark Resist is Urshifu, and that's problematic because Urshifu is kind of my win con here. So I just stay in, get my rocks up. I really want to chip down his team. He does have removal in the Scizor, but I feel like I pressured the Scizor pretty well. I do have Flamethrower on my Screamtail as well. Here in this one. So he gets the poison here on the knockoff. That's unfortunate because it's going to wear this thing down. This thing is physically defensive, helps me deal with the Landorus. But that's really bad. Now here I make a pretty bad series of plays. Like I was saying, I was really happy with my build this week. Was not happy with the way I played the early game. I let this thing get worn down. I let my defensive core of this and my what I go out into here, my Goodra, get worn down way too much to have longevity in this battle because I can't out offense him. So we'll see. We'll see. I go out into Goodra here though on this play, and I forget if he knocks off or P-jabs. He may P-jab here. There goes the capture card again. Yep, so I got into Goodra, which, you know, this AV Goodra is my answer to Chi-Yu. And that poison jab does a lot. He gets the poison on me as well, so that's just going to start racking up, and it's just really unfortunate here that I've taken pretty much half damage on both of my defensive answers for his offensive threats. And they were both poisoned, so they're on a timer at this point. It's just rough. So I think here I EQ. I don't remember what I threw off here. I may have thrown off a flamethrower. I am a very mixed Goodra. This Goodra, I EV'd it to be able to 2-hit KO this, 2-hit KO Slowbro with Thunderbolt. To Oko the Landorus with Ice Beam unless he's Yachi. I spent a lot of time on the build this week. I was very happy with it going in. I really didn't execute this well. I'm just so unhappy with the way that I played. I should have prepped better around this muck as well. So yeah, I throw off the flamethrower here thinking that he would go out to it on the flamethrower. And now that he sees that, and I did not think he would have protect either. I still have not damaged it at this point, so I don't know his item. So that tells me he's not AV right there. So I am debating going for the Ice Beam here, predicting the Landorus. And as you can see, it looks like John is debating on going into his Landorus here. I think that John's going to predict the Earthquake and go into Lando. But he does end up just staying in here on my Ice Beam and killing Goodra. He probably does that just to... He knows my Chi-Yu, or he knows my bundle isn't scarfed at this point. His Chi-Yu is scarfed. He probably knows if he gets rid of this, then it's a Chi-Yu feast at this point. So, he's eliminating my Goodra with the AV to be able to take a hit from Scarf Chi-Yu. And yeah, down goes Goodra. So, at this point in the battle... I don't know if I realize it yet, because I don't know if I realize... I mean, I know what Chi-Yu's ability does. I haven't played the Gen 9 endgame. So, I know its ability does. It lowers your special attack, or your special defense. But I guess I just didn't realize how much damage it does to offensive Pokemon. I mean, that thing with the Scarf just still blows away so many Pokemon on my team. So, anyways, here I go out into Urshifu. I really don't think he's going to give me the Muck at this point. So, time for me to SD up. I think he's going to go hard Slither Wing. I think he needs the Muck at this point to deal with my Iron Bundle. So, I'm going to SD with Urshifu here. This is the position that I wanted with Rocks up. I still don't know that he's Scarfed Chi-Yu at this point. So I'm going to SD up and see what happens. I think he's going to go Slither Wing. Like I said, I think he's going to be a defensive Slither Wing with Rocky Helmet. I did say that in my team builder. So I'm going to go ahead and SD up. And I am Adrenal Orb, so if he chooses to pivot into the Lando, then I'm plus attack, plus speed at that point. So I have SD'd here. I'm going to go right for the Acrobatics. It knocks this thing out, even with me holding an item. I'm going to fast forward just a little bit too. to cut down on some of this time. And yep, I go for the Acro. I'm hurt by the Rocky helmet, but the Slitherwing is knocked out. So he picks up a kill. Now he can choose what to go out into Revenge Me in. I think he said he feared the Sucker Punch. So he's going to be forced to go out into Chi Yu here. So in comes Chi Yu. And that, now I'm thinking, okay, I'm starting to run some calcs here on my side. I'm like, this thing messes me up. And I am pretty worried about it. So I think I sack off my Screamtail here. I think I just sack off my Screamtail and see if I can out offense him some other way. I think I sack off Screamtail and then go into Talonflame and U-turn. So I know I'm in trouble here at this point. I let Goodra go down, and now I have no answer for Chi Yu. So I sack off Screamtail. I should have sacked off Screamtail versus the Muck. Should have just let it go down and kept my Goodra at full health. And then went out into Urshifu and done the same sequence of plays, because then he would have been forced to take rocks multiple times as Goodra came in on it. And rocks were what really was going to chip this thing down for me if he was Scarfed. So, you know, really poor early game from me here. So my Screamtail is going to go down here. I believe he just finishes me off. I'm not sure what he is considering here. Maybe going Scizor and removing the rocks, perhaps. But he does just end up picking me off with the Flamethrower. I'm going to fast forward just a little bit again. Yep, he does pick me off with the Flamethrower. Down goes Screamtail, so he's up 5-4 here at this point, as I go out into Talonflame. So Talonflame does not die to the Flamethrower, and I get to click U-turn here. So I am going to do that. What does he go out into? Okay, he goes into Landorus here. As I go for the U-turn. And then I think I bring back in Bundle. Is what I think I bring in. Or I may bring back out Urshifu. But I think it's Bundle. I think it's Bundle that I bring back in here. So let's see. Really curious here. Just really curious. Pretty sure I bring in Bundle on Lando. Yep, I bring in Bundle. And does he give me this? He does not give me this. So I believe I flip turn here. I think I just flip turn on out on this play. I believe Muck's coming in, and my rocks are up. My best play is just to flip turn out as he goes out into the Muck. And I think that gives me, yeah, that's what gives me Urshifu. And let's see. No, he doesn't go Scizor. Scizor doesn't come in here. It's Muck. He goes Muck. He goes Muck. I'm going to flip turn. And that's the sequence. Yep. So he goes out into the Muck here as I go into my Scizor. I'm sorry. As I flip turn out into my Urshifu. So it comes off. Flip turn comes out. Down to 254. He has Black Sludge though. Now I've seen the Protect at this point. I really... I know he's going to get some Leftovers Recovery. I'll go Urshifu here. I'm just going to move it forward just a little bit again. Urshifu comes out, and I go straight for the close combat. He's at 278 HP. You know, obviously you can't see that live in the battle, so I don't know exactly, you know, where he's at. I just know roughly he's down a third of his HP. He's probably at like 66 to 70% or so. And I think that is in range of what I go for, which is the close combat here. I just throw off a raw close combat. And It picks up the KO here on Muck. He's debating, or no, I think I'm debating here, because he's already picked his move. I'm debating what to go for. I'm debating on if I Swords Dance or not. And I'm going to throw off the close combat. And down goes Muck. I'm not sure if the crit mattered or not, because I don't remember his spread off the top of my head. I want to say my Urshifu did like max 71% or something like that. I think that was a higher roll. I don't remember exactly, but regardless, we knock out the Muck there. But unfortunately, this just puts me right back in the same position. He's able to go right back out in the Chi-Yu here, and with Goodra going down, it just really opens the door so much for Chi-Yu. So that's what he goes out into. He takes rocks again, so he's at 51%. And he's going to be able to start throwing off some Fire Blast here. And, I make another misplay here. I go right out into my Talonflame. My Talonflame can take 1 Fire Blast from this thing. It cannot take 2. But I do hard switch out into my Talonflame here. And the Chi-Yu connects with a Fire Blast and ends up doing like 75% to me. Or maybe like 60. And I go for the Brave Bird here. So he's connected the first of the Fire Blast. It looks like John does consider switching out here. But he ends up just staying in and clicking Fire Blast again. So yeah, I should not have went hard into Talonflame either. And yeah, end up losing Talonflame. He connects the second Fire Blast. Talonflame goes down. I fast forwarded a little past that. I wish I could kind of speed up this part of the battle here. I don't know if there is a way to. Oh yeah, I can increase the speed just a little bit. So that's what I'll do. I'm gonna increase the speed up a little bit here because we can kind of see where this is going. Knocks out Talonflame. I have Bundle, Goldingo, and Urshifu left. I think I'd go out into my Iron Bundle next. I'm banking on a miss here at this point. So it looks like he does consider switching out, and maybe if he probably does that and considers locking into Flamethrower instead of Fire Blast because he doesn't need to Fire Blast at this point. But if he's able to connect the next 3 Fire Blasts and hit 5 in a row, then he just sweeps. So there's the third Fire Blast connect. He knocks out the Iron Bundle. I go out into Goldingo, and he clicks Fire Blast again. And I think I click Focus Blast here because that's my only move that I have that kills this guy. So there it goes. There's a fourth one. And I'm down to just Urshifu. And I believe I actually I SD here on this play because I need him to miss. Oh no! I attack here on this play, and because I need him to go out into Lando next to give me the orb, and I would SD on Lando. So he connects the 5th one. Down goes Urshifu, and yeah, that's a 4-0 loss week 1 in my first game back. So. Not super happy with the way that I played there. It was a rough game. I made a lot of mistakes in that game. I really was happy with the build. I did test it, and it performed well in mocks. It's just once the game started, it's a different feel once the game starts, and. It was rough. I made a lot of bad plays early. I played poorly with Screamtail. I played really poorly with Goodra and Talonflame. Those were 2 Pokemon that I really needed. My Urshifu could have won the game at any time without Chi-Yu around, and I didn't position it well. But anyways, not to take anything away from John. Good game to John. John's my good friend. I met him back 5 years ago or so, back when he had just started Draft League. So he's really grown as a battler since then. I think he's had a lot of success in Gen 9. I really haven't watched much of the Draft League scene in the last few years, so I can't speak for championships or anything like that. But I know he's performed really well. He was a good battler when I stopped playing, so he's probably just continued to improve since then. And he's drafted a really scary team. Landers, Chi-Yu, Dragapult are really all hard to switch into and prep for. They're really powerful, and he's built well around them with good mons. The game just doesn't feel like it used to. Back on the DS, 60-minute timer, 16 PP for recovery. It just really doesn't have that same feel that leans more towards defensive players like myself. And I think it's going to be a pretty steep learning curve for me with this with how offensive the meta is. With how offensive things are, the error from the room for mistakes are just so small. If you make one mistake, it really just puts you so far in the back. So we'll see. 0-1 here to start the BBR. It is an 8-week season. Like I said in my draft analysis, I think 5 wins would lock up playoffs, but long road to go for that. But anyways, good luck to John for the rest of the season. Thank you guys for watching this time. Hopefully next week we'll have some better luck with the recording file.